A very good evening and thanks for clicking on to the Saturday edition of Logan's European Outlook. Today I want to have a look at a couple of very interesting things developing in the computer models. Of course, you always have to take things with a pinch of salt when it comes to long range, even medium range. It just seems to be that at this time of the year, forecast models, especially when you're kind of talking in the kind of week to 10 day range, you typically find that the models have a hard time handling, transfer of heat from the tropics northwards at this time of the year. You've got, of course, the atmosphere starting to transition from summer through to autumn, and of course, eventually into the winter season. There's so many aspects, there's so many things going on at the moment within our atmosphere at this time, typically. But when you've got, like I said before, activity in the tropical Atlantic, that throws a bit of a kind of spanner in the works in terms of forecasting, because you've got systems coming northwards. They're transferring heat northwards, and that of course has big impacts on the atmosphere within the northern hemisphere. But what's interesting is the GFS is hinting, as you can see here, this is a tweet from a couple of days ago that I put out. This is an animation of the snow forecast for Asia and specifically Siberia. And you can see here how much increase in Siberian snow cover we're going to have up until the 10th of October. Really, Siberia just kind of, at least from central Siberia eastwards, it really just turns pure white. And what that's going to do is it's increasing the polar vortex, because what it's doing is it's creating a vast area of reflective snow cover, and of course all the incoming solar radiation gets bounced off that snow cover and back up into space again. So we're going to cool the atmosphere, and we are cooling the atmosphere within the northern portion of Eurasia at the moment, and that is a big deal, because the forecast models are actually indicating some very, very significant things happening indeed as we go forward here. So the modeling basically is indicating that we could see a significant weakening in the polar vortex late October into November. If that happens, folks, that could have very, very big implications in terms of the potential of an early season cold spell coming up over the Arctic region and filtering down into the mid latitudes. So we are looking at the potential for something cold towards the end of November and particularly into December here, with the polar vortex weakening. The ECMWF 500 millibar height anomalies indicate that for the month of December, we have, as you can see here, this is a chart issued by Ben Knoll, of a pretty blocky pattern across the Arctic region, across Greenland, and that is certainly indicative of a weak polar vortex, the potential even for sudden stratospheric warming early on, maybe in December. And there is quite a significant amount of model guidance indicating that we have the potential for something fairly significant during the month of December this year here. Like I say, a long way off. There is aspects that I'm concerned about with regards to sea surface temperatures, with regards to the fact that this September will probably be the warmest on record, or at least the second warmest on record for the UK. That doesn't indicate particularly well with colder winters, but you know what? There's always a first for something, and it's going to be very interesting to see what takes place as we go forward. But the polar vortex has strengthened very rapidly this year, possibly because we've got more sea ice within the Arctic region. The modelling indicates that Siberia fills with snow very quickly, but then there is indication and strengthening indication that the polar vortex will weaken towards the end of October into November, and that could set the ball rolling for something very interesting early on this winter in terms of cold weather here. But certainly I'll keep you up to date as best I can in the coming weeks and months. Exciting times to come. I do hope that you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to have a lot more content as we go forward with regards to this potentially cold winter coming up here. So exciting times to come. If you enjoyed the video, always hit the like button. I would always appreciate it. I do appreciate the comments as well, by the way. I don't always respond to comments, but I do read them, and I appreciate every single one of those comments that that gets put in the videos. But certainly subscribe to the channel, and let's follow this exciting winter ahead to come together. Bye bye.